Infotainment ukamva sasi kulira choncho maziwa kuti nkhani za msanguluso zabwera tikuwuzeni kuti kunali chani nkhani za msanguluso komanso kukhale chani nkhani za msanguluso. Ine dzina langa ndi Sam Banda Junior. In this edition of Infotainment, we speak to Wachituta Tombozi, who tells us more about Play Guitar Malawi. They are actually on a project of teaching how to play guitars, and it's all targeting the youth. We've got more to tell you on that, and we'll also look at African stories, premiering a documentary film titled White Yet Black, and they premiered it in Lilongwe as well as in Blantyre. We have that story, which basically the movie tells us more about persons living with albinism. We also look at Lulu's album launch of his 7th album titled One More Time. It was marred by tear gas last weekend. We've got all those details to tell you in this edition of Infotainment, a basket for arts and entertainment. As I said, my name is Sam Banda Junior. But remember, this program comes to you courtesy of Unicaf.
Chikondi chake chikondi nimeshaupila ntima wangane chikondi.
Great job, guys. Thanks a lot. Time to work on an assignment for my Master in Business Administration, my MBA. With Unicaf University, I can study anywhere and at any time. I'm doing this MBA to secure my future in the music industry. Online learning with internationally recognized Unicaf University is flexible, convenient, easy on your pocket, and big in helping your professional future. Now do yourself a big favor and check it out today.
Perfect love casts out all fear.
Now we begin our program with news that musician Lulu, his real name is Lawrence Quissa, last weekend launched his 7th album titled One More Time, and the launch basically brought together lots and lots of artists who spiced up the launch, and everything was going on well, and there was an auction which saw a number of people contributing huge sums of money to purchase the CD, and the highest bidder was one Yoram Kawanga from Epic Launch. He bought the CD at 5 million kwaja. So as I said, everything was going on perfectly, and there were several artists who performed in the early hours, and the main man himself, Lulu, also performed as the headliner. But then came the hour where one of the artists, all the way from Tanzania, Diamond Platnumz, performed for a few minutes, I should say, because at first his performance was basically marred by technical glitches, and then his second outing as well, it was the same. So as people were waiting for his performance, for him to come back, tear gas marred the whole show, because apparently one of the police officers was tussling with people, those who came in, who entered the venue free of charge. They had no tags. They were tussling with the police, and in that tussle led to the firing of tear gas. But still more, the show went on, and there was a couple of performances that went on, starting with Diamond Platnumz, Soja Luis's Banda, Wendy Harawa, Gwamba, and several other artists performed. So we'll give you some highlights from that show that took place at Ilongwe Golf Club. That's on Sunday. Let's take a look. That's how it was at Longo Golf Club. Lulu launching his album, his 7th album actually, titled One More Time. A very good show, but unfortunately it was marred by tear gas, but still more. The show went on. As we move forward with the program Infotainment, Basket for Arts and Entertainment. Now we shift from music, we go to films. And last Saturday at Crossroads Hotel in Blantyre, African Stories launched, or I should say premiered, a documentary film titled White Yet Black. And this is a documentary that basically tells the stories of persons living with albinism. It's a film which was produced by 2 Zimbabweans. One of them is Tsitsi Madoda, and they got a grant from OSISA. Where there's infotainment, and we had even interviews with High Court Judge Ziwone Ntaba. We also spoke to veteran filmmaker Shemu Joya. We also spoke to Miss Albinism. Miss Albinism, that's Chikondi Chikaza. We also spoke to the players themselves, the ones who produced the movie. That's Tsitsi Madoda, as well as a colleague. Let's see the highlights of how it went during the premiere in Blantyre. Of course, they had a premiere in Lilongwe as well, but this one is a premiere which they had in Blantyre. And we also have the highlights from that's the trailer of the documentary itself. Let's take a look.
is the fact that it identifies people with albinism as people, first and foremost. And I think that particular element cannot be underplayed, but it must be overemphasized. A person with albinism is first and foremost a person. And if we continue to have that message across, then that definitely is something that will change the context, our discussions, our realities, and especially the realities for persons with albinism. Yes, I think if you let people understand a human being from the point of view of being another human being, that story goes further.
I think the documentary is good. It's a good way of advocating for issues of persons with albinism, because it not only does it explain about ritual killings of persons with albinism, but it brings out other issues as well.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the film because one is dealing with a very topical issue, or very serious issues about people with albinism in Malawi, and this film tackles that. What I liked about it, from the point of view of a filmmaker, is that they were very creative in trying to pass on a story that is quite sad, can be quite disappointing, but they have tried to show hope. They've tried to show a broad section of people.
I think this story has been received quite well from the screenings that we've had can see that this is a very topical issue, an issue that has been kept under the carpet for a long time. But from the responses in the audience, you can see how necessary this film is at this time, and that's my takeaway so far.
For us, we were approached by Osisa, and they wanted to create a piece that advocated for the rights of people with albinism. And clearly I do not have albinism, so that was quite, in my thinking, a difficult feat, because already you're looking at people that are being marginalized, so they may not necessarily want to be in the limelight. And there have been cases where the same people have been exploited. So we needed to really think, from my perspective, on an approach. How do we approach the interviewees that we worked on the documentary with, and how can we be sensitive to who they are and what they actually need.
We give the coffin to those vampires. Today we evoke the spirits of those brothers and sisters.
That's how it was at Crossroads Hotel in Blantyre. That's a film titled White Yet Black, which premiered at Crossroads Hotel, as I've said, in Blantyre. And you heard from several players basically talking about the documentary film itself. A very, very, very important documentary tackling more about issues to do with persons living with albinism. Now, moving out of there, we go back to music, and this time around we want to talk about Play Guitar Malawi, which is spearheaded by musician Wachituta Tombozi. They've got sessions which they hold every Sunday, Kumano Magitala, that's in Blantyre, basically to teach more about playing the guitar, but they do it for free. So we caught up with Wachituta Tombozi just to explain or to tell us more about Play Guitar Malawi and what they basically do with the Mkumano wa Magitala. Let's hear from Wachituta Tombozi.
Kumano Magitala unachokera ku group imene timayambisa imene timatchula kuti Play Guitar Malawi. Play Guitar Malawi inayambika ndi cholinga chonena kuti poona kuti ku masukulu athu aboma amene anthu ambiri ife timaphunzira kulibe music, tinaona kuti anthu ambiri oyimba anakhangana nadumpha kuti saziwa chida chilichonse ambiri amangoyimba. Ndiye tinaona kuti kuli bwino tiyambise chinthu chimene chipangisa kuti anthu aja aziziwa kuti akalowa mu studio or azitha kupeka nyimbo through chida, kuti munjira zimene athu apanga nyimbo za unique zoti munthu sanga amango adusira makoda ya nyimbo chisawawayi. So tinayamba 2013 imene takha tikuzipanga mpaka kufika pano pa, of course pakati pa tinazizira fuko cha COVID, komano pano pa tinayamba ndeno 2013 2014 kumafika chakuti akha tikupanga Play Guitar Party amene wamakhala mashow amene timakaonesa ma skills after kuphunzira kuchani kumkumano magitala kucha. Kumano magitala ndi chinthu chimene timaphunzitsana magitala mwaulere kwa wina aliyense amene akufunafuna kutero. Vision yathu ndiyonena kuti izi zitakhala tikupanga, of course akhala ndi challenge yonena kuti anthu amene amabwera ndokhaokha amene ali magitala, komano tikufunisisa kuti tipeze magitala athu kuona kuti anthu azibwera kuzangophunzira. Komanso taona kuti pali kusowekera kumene town yathu ya Blantyre imene ili nako makamaka muli ma street kids, muli anyamata ambirimbiri amene akumafika even pofamba anthu chifukwa kuti alibe zochita. Timafuna kuti ifeyo tipeze zida zoyimbira malo tapeza kale tiatchula bwinobwino tsogolo muno ifuna tikufuna akonzedwe bwinobwino. Tikufuna kuti tatenge ana mu street, tatenga anyamata amene akungoyendayenda mtown mucha taphunzise zida zoyimbira akhala anthu oyimba, ndipo ena amene alibe luso loyimba tiaphunzisanso zinthu zina ngati carpentry ndi zina zoterozo. So ndi nthawi imene tikufuna mwinano chithandizonso kuchokera kwa anthu osiyanasiyana amene angakwanisa kutithandiza kuti town yathu ya Blantyre ikhale ya mtendere kuti munthu atakuyenda nthawi ina iliyonse, komanso anthu aja mwamona kuti alibe zochita akhale ndi zochita akhala ozidalira town yathu ipita patsogolo kwambiri mu business.
Ngakhale titachulidwa mayina ife komabe tikafika ngakhale tikafike titakanidwa komabe tikafika ngakhale titayenda chokwawa ife komabe tikafika. Don't worry papa ifeyo tikafika. Don't cry mama ifeyo tikafika. Don't worry brother ifeyo tikafika. Don't cry sister ifeyo tikafika.
That's what Chituta Tombozi. They are telling us more about Play Guitar Malawi as well as Mkumano wa Magitala. Now remember, this program comes to you courtesy of Unicaf, and let's hear from Unicaf.
Chikondi chake chikondi imeshaupila tema wangane chikondi.
Great job, guys. Thanks a lot. Time to work on an assignment for my Master in Business Administration, my MBA. With Unicaf University, I can study anywhere and at any time. I'm doing this MBA to secure my future in the music industry. Online learning with internationally recognized Unicaf University is flexible, convenient, easy on your pocket, and big in helping your professional future. Now do yourself a big favor and check it out today.
Yeah, we are back, and a very big thank you to Unicaf for sponsoring this program, Infotainment, a basket for arts and entertainment. And my name is Sam Banda Jr. Now we continue. We're still sticking on to music, and this time around we move to a cappella. There's a group in Blantyre which is doing quite an amazing work, and they've been backing a lot of artists in terms of doing vocals. And last Thursday they were at Jacaranda Cultural Center performing at Sounds of Malawi acoustic session. Basically they've got an EP which they'll be launching in December, and they play around with other people's songs. They do covers as well. So where there's Infotainment, we'll just show you how they were doing, and we had an interview as well with one of the members of the group. Let's hear how they do it.
Chairperson. Okay, so we recorded an EP. It contains 8 songs, our original songs. The songs were written and arranged by the group. It's an African EP. We titled it Warm Heart of Africa. Of course, there's a song in the EP which titled Warm Heart of Africa. So our EP, it's titled Warm Heart of Africa. It's not like we are really launching the EP, but it's just something we would like to give to our friends, our fans, yeah, our family, for supporting us and everything. So on December 3 December, this year we're going to have an event, a listening party session, and then some live performance afterwards to happen at Jakaranda. It's awesome. I mean, we feel appreciated, and we really like this. I mean, we have been recognized by people. People are starting to recognize that oh, these guys are acapella guys. People are calling us acapella guys. So it's awesome feeling. So we appreciate being nominated. We appreciate being recording this EP. So recording an EP, it was hard, it was tough due to financial statuses, but then we managed to finish the EP. So yeah, I think it's an awesome feeling, feel good, and we hope you like the EP.
Africa, Malawi, heart of Africa, yeah, heart of Africa, yeah, heart of Africa, yeah, Malawi, heart of Africa, yeah, heart of Africa, yeah, Malawi, heart of Africa, yeah, heart of Africa, yeah.
On that note, we've come to the very end of Infotainment, the basket for arts and entertainment. I hope you've enjoyed what I brought to you in this edition of Infotainment. Just a reminder, National Theatre Association of Malawi Southern Chapter will be holding a festival at Jacaranda Cultural Center, and there'll be lots and lots of drama groups there, and the likes of Precious Danger, the likes of Clement Twire. They'll all be there to show the best of their artistry. And remember also that Soldier Lucius Banda has announced that he will be launching his 20th album titled Love and Hate. That's in December 2022. But he says you need to buy this CD because it could be his last, not that he's retiring from music, but he'll be doing other things, so he won't concentrate much on releasing albums. A reminder also that two poets, one Q Malewezi is in Mexico, where he is representing the country at one of the top events in Mexico, and Robert Chiwamba, that's the president of Poetry Association of Malawi, is in Nigeria as well, participating at one of the events where he's showing the best of poetry from Malawi. We also look at the National Conference on Arts and Culture, which took place in Lilongwe. Several issues were raised. One of them is NAHEC. Our creatives basically want the creation of the Arts Council. On that note, as I said, we've come to the very end of Infotainment, the basket for arts and entertainment, and my name is Sam Banda Jr. Keep it times as well as Infotainment, but I'll leave you with an interview which we had with Raphael Matrauza. He's a younger brother to the late Andrew Matrauza. He's got new songs, but is he going to catch up, especially to pick up, to go on a mission and spread his wings as Andrew Matrauza used to do? I'll end it there with Raphael Matrauza. I'm out of here. Ciao.
CIA on the beat, homie.
fanatizieti ndinachokapo ndithu ndinapita South Africa maza kuthamangathamangabe kuna bese pa Malawi pano babe ndi maganyu bapo ndi apo ndovu ndinapita South Africa nazapeza mwayi ndinapita South Africa ndimakhala ku Durban ndiyeno ndakhala kumene kuchakobeza akasokana kubeza ngapo pano ndo apa ndipileno kumuzi kuti ndikapitiza zimene mapanga ku music yanga ineyo ya nene kubera pano pandi kumene kuku pano pandi ndabwera ndithu ndatusa album yanga imene title yake imene utchedwa kuti ulendo. Album yanga imene ndi yachiwiri. Album yanga yoyamba inali kwaterera ndipo pano ndatusa album yanga imene utchedwa kuti ulendo mmene muli nyimbo zokwanira 12. Chimbale chimene chincho kuti muli nyimbo ndithu zonse zoona kuna kuti kosa nyimbo zokonda za chinyamata zilimo komanso zokonda somene kusoma akulu timu album imene ikuyimira kusekose nimene apanga zonda panga kasakaniza wa nyimbo zosiyanasiyana amene momo ndithu kaba ni choncho kafulo choncho kalumba choncho kaleke koshas choncho nimene zilili album yanga imene iyi yotchedwa title yake ulendo mmene muli nyimbo zokwanira 12. Inetu mayimbidwe anga ineyo kwambiri ndikuyenda mapazi mwanga komanso mbali inaso ndikuyendanso mmapazi mwa chimwene acha sinasiretu achimwene aja yayi fozo ndi pala anthu amene ankakonda achimwene aja mafoti achimwene aja anapita ndikunabe anthu amene ofanda bwino ndi ndikubanga za ineyozo maso kuna ndikusangaso kuti chambaso cha chimwene aja ndithu papa ndi 2 in 1 ndikumenya za chimwene chamaso ndikubanga soti kumaya banga za ine mpanga sakanisa ine tikuimba live ndikotheka bwino komanso tikuimba live imachitika nchakuti imachika kwambiri ngati ma connection komanso kuyitanidwa okuyitanidwa mawa kuyitanidwa national yonse ma live nitakupita ndilokose kupita kuna kuti kose ine mashow nimayenda anthu akhala ndiyitana ma live nimatha kuimba bwino chiji yonse nimapanga bwino afu nambe ndimbe nyimbo zanga za ine